All right, we're going to have an awesome time today. I am Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith. And this is WBSW Radio, the number one internet station. And we come before you with an awesome show planned for you. We're going to focus on a relationship issue that kind of trouble each and every one of us. This is the Dr. Lowe Show, the real relationship talk show with no filters. So we're excited to bring this to you because it's a chance for WBSW Radio, the number one station, to share a topic that may make a difference in your life. The title today of our show is Internet Station, exploring the relationship between moral principles and human relationship. The website is WBSW Radio, the Internet Station 23.wit.com. You can join me as the host. You can be a guest. You can go to this link right here, which is riverside.com/studio/WBSW radio internet. If you want to share your opinions, stories, and examples live with me and the world, you can go to facebook.com, Big Old Live, TikTok Live. That's at Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. Our second Facebook channel that's broadcasting is Zeta Phi Sigma of Greenville, Alabama. We thank the brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated for opening their doors and opening their avenues so we can broadcast to all of the listeners throughout the chapter website, Facebook channel. We thank you. Tango.com. That is WBSW-radio-14059. Twit at Dr. L. D'Alberto 2017. Tick Live, which is the Smith Way. Tick Live is Dr. Lorenzo D'Alberto Smith. YouTube, we have two channels operating. The first one is the Smith Way Enterprises. And then we have Dr. Lorenzo D'Alberto Smith. So we got a couple of channels that's kind of blending together to make sure it's an easy connection for you. Our on-demand episodes are available for WBSW Radio on Alexis, Apple Podcasts, Edge, Google Plus, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Pod Paradise, Snitchers, Pandora, Spotify, and Amazon Podcast. It's operated by PodServe FM. It's podservefm.com. And you can go there and type in WBSW Radio, and you can hear all of our on-demand episodes, and they will be audio. So truly, it's an opportunity to come and bring different avenues. So that's why we're proud to say we're WBSW Radio, the number one internet station, because we have listeners and watchers, that's including you all joining us in 61 countries and on 6 continents. We're interactive. We want you to be a part of the show. Even if you don't get in exactly to share your thoughts personally, you can type in your comments, and we'll make sure we read your comments off. There's no doubt about that. Now, we want you to register for WBSW Radio giveaways. We like you to send your name with a means of transaction. And then that means the transaction is that we want to let you know we're not asking you for money. We just asking you for one of the means of transaction I'm about to name, along with your name. We're going to send either $5 to $100 to you, whatever transaction that you send in with your name. And you can send those, one of these transactions, which is Bitcoin, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle at LorenzoDSmith15@gmail.com. Once you send it, we're going to send you something within this quarter. Also, we're excited if you could take an opportunity and sow a seed. I see a lot of you join us. Hit the like button. I really need for you to hit that like button. Let me know you're out there. We're not asking for anything but a like button. Hit the button. or write a comment and say, I appreciate it and I like your show. Thank you so much. WBSW Radio asks you to show your support by monetizing. You have that opportunity through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Big Old Live, Podbean, Pod Paradise, Riverside FM, Super Live, Tick Live, Tango, Twit, and YouTube. Again, our title is Exploring the Relationship Between Moral Principles and Human Relationships. Let me get a quick shout out to these individuals that's joined us. That's Coffee Brown. Thank you so much. Positive Changes, Change 8, I assume. Marie Antoine. Then we have Brown Sugar. We have Latina Therapist, Sparkles, Renee Theodore, Chanel Neely, that's MFM, and B. Nuna. Then we have Brother Tay Likely, or Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Thank you so much, my brother. Then we also have Queen E joining us. Shawty, thank you so much for joining a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Thank you, brother, so much. Those individuals so far joining us. J.B. Joseph. We actually have Tay, that's T-A-Y. Then we have Tam Michi. Thank you for joining us, and others solar coming. Let's talk about exploring the relationship between moral principles and human relationship. It's important when we think about our relationship. And when we're talking about relationship, we're not just always focusing on your love life. We're not always focusing on your friendship. We're not always focusing on your family. We're focusing also include your work space, along with your community space, along with your church space. All of these are where you have relationship with individuals that requires you to remember and understand your moral principles. Some people say moral compass and how it relates to human life. So as we talking here, we want to kind of just pull out some things and hopefully we can share it with you. I want you to take this opportunity because we're seekers of a deeper understanding. I really thank you for being here today. See, we live in a world where relationships are both more connected and more fragile than ever. I'm going to repeat that because, see, we can connect in a relationship, but we also can be in a fragile relationship. It's important that we focus on vetting the people we decide to get into a relationship. Everybody don't have relationship skills, and that's why in some cases they're not successful. They lack the skills. They have trouble with what's required, which is a lot of times the characteristic of a relationship. In a healthy relationship, a lot of us struggle with self-love, honesty, trust, effective communication, and we struggle with our moral compass. So as we talk about our relationship, we have to always remember that the relationship can become fragile. And when it becomes fragile, you have to make a decision how you're going to fix this relationship, or do as we say, when it shows itself, run as fast as you can. See, we communicate faster because we have the supercomputer, but not always better. See, we communicate faster. That is not effectively. That meaning we're not able to communicate better with each other. We're lacking it because even when people type in or text you, they constantly sometimes come back and say, I didn't mean to type that. I didn't mean to text that. Because we're doing it faster but are we doing it better? We have more choices when we're talking about relationship. We're talking about ways of addressing the skills for relationship. We're just talking about the many choices, and you're responsible for your choices. But we have all these choices, but know what we lack? Clarity. So we need to be able to have a clear and concise understanding of what we're doing here. You see, in the middle of all of that, this complexity, what we call relationships, lies timeless questions, meaning we all have questions about our relationship. So we're working every day to be the best version of ourselves and make sure our relationship is strong. So we have to ask ourselves, as the title says, exploring the relationship between moral principles. What role do moral principles play in shaping the relationship we build, maintain, and sometimes lose? See, today we will explore that question. The question of what role do moral principles play in shaping the relationship, where it involves building, maintaining, and sometimes simply losing. We want to talk about that question not only as a philosophical thought, but it locks us in on theory. But as human beings navigate and connection, romantic relationships, friendship, family bonds, workplace dynamics, and even our relationship with ourselves. Let's take a minute and talk about that one right there. See, many times we do not take the relationship we have with ourselves serious. A lot of times we just want to focus on how we can be better in a relationship with someone else. But I tell you, if you are having struggles with having a relationship with yourself, you cannot be successful in any other type of relationship. You must work on self. So we talking about building a moral compass so we can understand our family, understand our romantic relationship, understand our friendships, understand our workplace dynamics. And we also want to understand our relationship with ourselves. So my goal is to simply share a couple things in regards to morals principles. See, today's show that moral principle is not abstract rules. They are architecture of trust, foundation of intimacy, and the compass that guides us toward meaningful connection. Let's pull out the words that you should always remember about moral principles, and that it is a architecture of trust, the foundation of intimacy, and the compass, which is your moral compass, that guides us towards that connection, that bond. So we ask ourselves, what are moral principles? You're talking about that, Doc. So share with us what moral principles are. See, before we can explore relationships, we must define the core. The core is moral principles. See, moral principles are the internal rules that guides our behavior. So our rules and how we operate is best is focusing and coming from our internal aspects, like our heart and our soul. Moral principles are internal rules like honesty, respect, responsibility, loyalty. I want to stop right there. I got several others, but let's think about when we was talking about characteristics of a healthy relationship. Honesty was one of the four that needs to be into play. Trust is another one of them is needed to be in play. Effective communication is needed to be in play. Responsibility is needed to be in play. Respect is needed to be in play. And that self-love for ourselves allows us to have compassion for others. Loyalty, fairness, integrity, accountability, and empathy. Let's take these loyalty. Let's start with loyalty. You have to be loyal to yourself before you can be loyal to others. When we're talking about our menu for the Love Cafe, we do acronyms of love, L-O-V-E. We break it down. And within the L in love is loyalty. Are you loyal to your mate? Then we have fairness. See, we have to treat others how we want to be treated. Too many times we get selfish and we just mistreat people. We don't believe it'll come back, but it'll come back like a fury on you, called karma. Then we have integrity. You have to be full of honor. You have to be trustworthy. And you have to simply tell the truth. Your integrity talks and shares a whole lot with others about you. Integrity, accountability. We said for some people, accountability is like kryptonite. They are so afraid of accountability, they will use sign language to keep you from focusing on the responsibility that they have, that they can be held accountable for. The sign is broken down as an acronym. And that sign is shame, insult, guilt, and a need to be right. Accountability push for beyond shame, insult, guilt, and a need to be right. The last one is empathy. See, empathy talking about not about yourself, putting yourself in someone else's shoes, putting yourself in your mate's shoes, making sure you understand what's going on with them. See, these principles I just shared with you are not laws. They are not enforced by courts. They are enforced by conscience. In other words, you have to make sure you are conscious of what you're doing. They're enforced by character and by the natural consequences of our action. We are responsible for our action. No one else are responsible. So if you focus on those principles, the moral principles I shared with quickly recap: honesty, respect, responsibility, compassion, loyalty, fairness, integrity, accountability, and empathy. We have a chance to be successful in a relationship. So when we understand these moral principles, which is internal rules, we have to ask the question, why do moral principles matter? I want you to think about it. Why do those things just been shared with me as moral principles. In other words, internal rules which guides our behavior. Why do each and every one of them matter? See, they matter because every relationship, romantic, professional, family, depends on predictability. See, people need to know. I'm talking about moral principles. People need to know, will you tell the truth? Or will you tell part of the truth? People in a relationship, whether it's family, whether it's professional, romantic, friendship, they have to know whether you're going to tell them the truth. People need to know, will you keep your word? I didn't find out we're moving so fast now. People think they have to answer you and then don't think they have to be held accountable for what came out of their mouth. If you promise to do it, you must do it. Because you lose all the opportunity to have a successful relationship or healthy. So people need to know, will you keep your word? People, you treat them. People need to know you will treat them with dignity because you want to be treated with dignity. People need to know, will you show up when it matters? That's keeping your word. I'll be there. They're keeping your word. People need to know, will you take responsibility when you fall short? Are you willing to be held accountable for your action? See, people need to know that. So when we're talking about moral principles, allows us to answer these questions long before they're asked. And I'm going to read these questions again. People need to know, will you tell the truth? Will you keep your word? Will you treat them with dignity? Will you show up when it matters? Will you take responsibility when you fall short? People need to know those moral principles that come from your internal self, meaning the internal rules and the concepts you have from within leads you to have a positive moral compass. The moral foundation of trust. See, trust is the currency of every relationship. Without trust, communication becomes guarded. Affection becomes conditional. Cooperation becomes fragile. You might ask, speaking with someone about a relationship, and they say, ask me what I expect and what I'm not going to have unrealistic. I expect you to be cooperative. I expect you to be agreeable. I expect you to be respectful. I expect you to tell the truth. I expect you to be responsible. I expect you to be willing to hold yourself accountable. See, trust is built on 3 morals pillars. Honesty. Honesty is not just telling the truth, it is living the truth. I want to read that again. Honesty is not just telling the truth, it is living the truth. It is mean not hiding your intentions, not manipulating outcomes, not presenting a false version of yourself. See, honesty creates emotional safety. Dishonesty creates emotional debt. The next one is integrity out of the pillars. Integrity is consistency between what you say and what you do. People trust you when your action matches your promise. Your integrity. Accountability is the third one. Accountability is the courage to say, I'm wrong. I hurt you. I should have done better. These are very important accountability statements. I was wrong. I hurt you. I should have done better. See, relationships don't fall, a relationship don't fail because people make mistakes. They fail because people refuse to take responsibility for them. That's powerful right there. They don't fail. Relationships don't fail because people make mistakes. They fail because people refuse to take responsibility for them. This leads us to moral principles in romantic relationships. See, romantic relationships are where moral principles are tested more intensely. Love is emotional, but mateship is ethical. Respect falls under moral principles in relationships, romantic relationships. Respect. Respect is the oxygen of love. It means listening without dismissing, disagreeing without demeaning, supporting without controlling. Respect allows two people to remain individuals while building a shared life. That's respect. Loyalty. Loyalty is not just fidelity. It is prioritizing the relationship when it's inconvenient. It is choosing your mate in moments when you should choose yourself. That's what loyalty is. Compassion. Compassion is the ability to see your partner's pain as your own. It transforms conflict into connection. We're talking about moral principle in a romantic relationship. Fairness. Fairness means balancing needs, sharing burdens, and dividing responsibility in a way that honors both partners. Fairness. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It is releasing resentment so healing can begin. Forgiveness is a moral act that protects the relationship from the erosion of bitterness. This is your relationship morals principle. which is a romantic relationship. Let's look at friendship. What are the moral principles of friendship? See, friendship is voluntary. It's a voluntary relationship, which makes moral principle even more essential, like reliability. Can I rely on you, friend? See, a friend is someone you can count on. Not occasionally, but consistently. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand without judgment. It is the moral glue. Empathy is the moral glue that binds friendship through life changes. Boundaries. Healthy friendship requires moral boundaries. Knowing when to support, when to step back, and when to speak truth with love. Gratitude. Friendship thrives when we appreciate rather than assume. These are moral principles of the friendship. Moral principles in family relationships. Family relationships are often the most complicated because they are shaped by history, expectation, and emotional inheritance. Responsibility is a moral that plays in family relationship. See, family requires responsibility, not just financial, but emotional and relational. Patient. In your family relationships, you must be patient with your family member. See, family members often grow at different speeds. Patience is a moral discipline that allows relationship to evolve. Understanding. Understanding means seeking the person behind the role. Understanding means seeing the person behind the role. Parents, a child, siblings, and recognizing their humanity. Reconciliation. Family wounds run deep, but so does the potential for healing. Reconciliation is a moral choice that can restore generations. Moral principles in professional relationships. See, workplaces are ecosystems of collaboration, competition, and shared goals. So professional integrity builds credibility. Credibility builds influence. Influence builds leadership. Fairness and equity. People perform best when they feel valued and treated justly. Respectful communication. Respectful communication prevents conflicts and builds cooperation. Responsibility and work ethics. Responsibility is the moral engine of productivity. Every relationship faces moments when moral principles are broken. Every relationship. We mentioned the professional, we mentioned the romantic, we mentioned the family relationship, we mentioned the friendship. These are common violations that one moment that these moral principles are broken. Betrayal. Have you betrayed someone before? The betrayal of your friend, your co-worker, your romantic interest, your family member. Dishonesty. This is a common violation. Dishonesty. Have you just gave part of the truth and still lie by omission? Disrespect. Never let anyone disrespect you. Make sure you find a way to work your way out of that situation. Don't let them get you so angry and off kill, causing your moral compass to go whack. Just do your best to move yourself out of that situation. I don't care if it's a marriage. I don't care if it's a romantic relationship. I don't care if it's a family situation. I don't care if it's a friendship, professional, organizations, or whatever it is. You must move yourself. When they disrespect you the first time, and there's no way you're going to take upon yourself to address it or move yourself out of the situation, they're going to do it again. Neglect. When people neglect you, sometimes they say they ghost you, say they gonna come and never come. They violated the moral principles. Manipulation. It's crazy how people think when they do something, they don't feel like they're manipulated the situation. Simply if they know there's something they can handle, they don't want to do it because they just want to call the next person or the person in your romantic situation or family member to come do it. That's manipulation. Broken promise. How many times you've been in a relationship that has broken promise? And the consequences of moral failure in your relationship is trust erodes. Once it's gone, it's hard to get it back. Communication collapse. Resentment grows. Emotional distance forms. The relationship becomes unstable. But moral failure does not have to be the end. It can be the beginning of transformation. If both mates choose accountability and repair. Once you put yourself in a transformation position and choose accountability, the moral principle of conflict resolution is into play. See, conflict is not a sign of broken relationship. It's a sign of a real one. You have humility. Humility allows you to listen instead of defend. Honesty allows you to express your needs without hostility. Respect allows you to disagree without destroying the relationship. Responsibility allows you to own your part in the conflict. Compassion allows you to see the conflict from the other person's perspective. So we have to ask ourselves, moral principles are so important for a healthy relationship. Moral principles are so important for a healthy life. But we need to make sure we're able to identify the difference between moral principles and personal identity. See, when relationship reflects your character reflects your moral principles. See, when you strengthen your moral principle, you strengthen your confidence, your clarity, your emotional stability, your ability to love and be loved. See, moral principles are not just rules. They are the architecture of who you are becoming, being the best version of yourself. Moral principles. So the ultimate goal is to build a moral framework for a healthy relationship. And here is a simple framework you can apply to any relationship: family, friend, professional, romantic, church relationship, workplace, whatever it means. These are some things that you can apply to build a healthy relationship. These are framework, moral. Simply know your principles. Identify the values you refuse to compromise. Communicate your principles. People cannot honor what they do not understand. Live your principles. Live your principles. Consistency builds trust. Live your principles. Remember, know your principles. That means identify your values and refuse to compromise on them. Communicate your principles. People cannot honor what they do not understand. Protect your principle. Set boundaries that defends your integrity. Repair your principles. See, when you fall short, take responsibility quickly. Moral principles are compasses that guide your behavior. As we get ready to close, see, relationships are the greatest source of joy, peace, happiness, and the greatest source of pain in human life. But when moral principles guides our action, relationship becomes stronger, deeper, more resilient, more meaningful. Moral principles are not restrictions. They are freedoms. They free us from chaos, confusion, and conflict. They free us to love with courage, not fear. They free us to trust with confidence, not fear. They free us to connect with people, genuine attitude, genuine means, genuine principles. The authentic part of them. We want to connect. See, if I can leave one message today, let it be this. Healthy relationships are not built on emotions alone. Healthy relationships are not built on emotions alone. They are built on moral principles. Live consistently, courageously, and compassionately. I want to thank you for allowing me to come before you. I know your time is very important. Truly, God has blessed us to come before you and share our title, which is Exploring the Relationship between Moral Principle and Our Human Development. It's important that we focus on what we need to do to be the best version of ourselves. It's going to require us to do the right thing. See, we must pay attention and be committed to become better partners, better friends, better family members, and better human beings. That's what it's all about, exploring relationships, exploring relationship between moral principles and human relationships. I want to thank each and every one of you all for joining. I'll give a shout out to those individuals joining us. I'm Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, excited to come before you on WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station. Our show today was the Dr. Lowe Show, the real relationship talk show with no filters. So we share some things, hopefully, will allow you to look at your moral principles, to understand that it guides your behavior, so it becomes your moral compass, so you can be successful in life. That's all we're asking you to do. Be the best version of yourself. Be intentional about what you're doing. Your intention leads to a favorable outcome when you be intentional about what you're doing. Understand your compass, which is your moral compass. Let it guide your behavior. Let it guide your behavior. I want to give a shout out to several people that's joining us. Let me start over here with Maya. Thank you so much. Yahira. And this is Tomas, Lewis. We have Jennifer and Nicole. Thank you, Jennifer. Then we have is that Yolandi, Hype Polite. Thank you so much. Stuck. Thank you, Stephanie. Wig Boutique and Skincare joining us. Thank you so much. Rosetta Williams, Jamisha Harris. It's Destiny. Thank you so much. Sonia R. Price. Thank you so much. Ms. Price, thank you for joining us. Then we have Al Yunan. Thank you so much. We have a user. We have Priscilla. It is Giggy's 1992. Falso_1. Keisha Middleton, thank you. RFBC Incorporated, thank you. Ron K, thank you. Moon, thank you for joining. Royo, And he got a heart there. I'm going to say Royal, a diamond there. She had the blue diamond, Royal, at MSM. Uh, looking, seeing his eye. Then you have MBA. Thank you for joining us. Tanisha, thank you to Tanisha. Kraft, thank you. Kendra, thank you so much. Team 9 Reset. Dorleen, this is Dorleen. Sandra, Mrs. Sidby, RD Shop. Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much. Few. Thank you. So Fit. Tony. Thank you. Yardai. Thank you. You have Hill. I'm sorry. Hi with the eyes. I'm sorry. We have Travel with Keith. Thank you. Yo. Thank you so much. User. Bad Indian. Thank you so much. DJ Roy G. April Turner. Thank you so much. April 106 for joining us. Octavius. Thank you so much. Dorothy. Stewart. Sheila. Thurgood. Thank you. Michaela. Thank you so much. A caller. Costa. Thank you so much. Because I'm getting some all kind of things. And I'm finding out people be working in your computer when you even be aware they're doing what they want to do. It's taking over your computer now. But we slowly want to continue. Kenzie, thank you so much. Leo, listen, the CEO will, Tiffany/Tip. Then we have JN, and we're going to say hi to her. We have Brother Taylor Likely. Thank you, Tay, so much. Remember Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. James Newell, say hi to her. Then we have Mommy Doe, thank you. Sweet, GG, The Truth, 76. TikToker, thank you. Dion, is that Juan? Thank you so much. Markeisha, thank you. Candace Elaine, thank you so much for joining. Opa, it's OP, it's O, I'm saying Opata, thank you so much. Ooh, Gene, excuse me, but I can get your name right. Thank you. TTSV, thank you so much. Terry Tubbs, thank you so much. Then we have Mildred Champs, thank you so much. Michelle Lewis, thank you. Tanya Rochelle Buchanan, thank you so much. Down there out of Butler County and Pigeon Creek, Alabama. I remember I also graduated from McKenzie High School down the time when I was working down there. PA, thank you. Luna, thank you. The Mayum Robinson, user Lady D, thank you. Tam Meacham, thank you. JB Joseph, thank you so much. Marie Antoine, thank you so much. Positive Change, thank you. Coffee Brown, thank you. Brown Sugar, thank you. Member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, thank you, Brown Sugar. Latina Therapist, Sparkle, Renee, Chanel, Neela, thank you. Again, MFMBW, Nunu, thank you so much. Tay again. Queen B, thank you so much. Sorry, Queen E, Shawty, member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Just gave Tay a shout out as being a member also of the fraternity. Then we also showed that is all the individuals. And we'll see if anybody been added before I get ready to get out of here. We see if anybody been added because we have 5 new people added. Pam join us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pam, thank you so much. Jay, thank you so much. Then you also have at either 1H, thank you. Twin, thank you, Twin. All right. Those individuals just joined us. Thank you so much. As we get ready to get out, I want to thank each and every one of you all for being a part of this. A little concerned about the computer that sometimes is doing its own thing. And like someone trying to sign in, you'd be amazed how people can get your information. But it's a blessing to come and bring this show to you. I'm Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, and the host of the Dr. Lowe's Show, the Real Relationship Talk Show, where we tonight on WVSW Radio, the #1 internet station, focus on exploring relationship between moral principles and human relationship. I just want to let you know, hopefully we share something with you that you can look at your moral principles and see how it affects your family bond, how it affects your friendship, your romantic relationship, your professional relationship, your personal relationship, whatever it may be. What is your moral principles? Do you understand what your moral compass is? Hopefully we share that information with you. I want to let each and every one of you all know I love you all from my heart. I'll give you that big heart right there, and God broken is truly a heart. Take this because you have a big heart. God has been so good. Thank you so much. So as we get out of here, we want to share to you, with you, that we love you, and there ain't a thing that you can do about it. Be safe, take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. The show tomorrow is going to focus on some sports. We're going to have some HBCU sports. We're going to have some Power 4, Group of 6, high school, middle school, professional. We're going to have the sports talk tomorrow. We're going to come in and get in here and try to get in here about 4:30 and make it do what it do. Be safe. Take care of yourself, man. I tell you, I love you. Is that Jolo? Thank you. Then we Kandi Fanti. Thank you so much for joining these people jumping in. I want to give a shout out. Hit the like button. Since you're joining us now, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Be safe. Take care of yourself. See you tomorrow. All I want to say, we out of here.